Hi, here we are in week 6. You'll notice there's no file here and there's no depository because I'll be inviting you to a Google Doc spreadsheet where we'll have week 6, week 7, week 10, and week 12, including the final spreadsheet. And everything that goes into that spreadsheet will be based off of your 3-day diet record keeping. So have that handy. And I'm going to show you now the steps to get to your spreadsheet. You should receive an email that looks something like this, and it's going to say 360L90 and then your last name on it, and you're going to click on it. So this is a hot link. Just click on that and it will take you over into your spreadsheet. And so this is what it looks like. If you notice on the bottom, there's day 1, day 2, day 3. This is where you'll put all your records from the 3-day journal from week 5. Day 1 has the instructions. This will be all about carbohydrates. And this is the format or the look of most of the spreadsheet. I'd like for you to start out by scrolling down to below the entry and type in either male or female here, F for female and for male. Very important, for all the calculations will be based on your gender. So then you'll go back and you'll start entering your items. So let's just say you had yogurt, 1 cup, and let's say it was plain. And usually yogurt doesn't have any fiber, so make sure you place a 0 when there's no totals for a certain lookup. Let's just say it's, without looking up, I'm just going to say it's got 10 sugars and maybe it's got 90 calories. Again, this isn't accurate, I'm not looking it up. I'm just showing you how to fill out the spreadsheet. And it's mostly going to be protein. And as you can see, it's automatically totaling here, and it's also automatically going down to the bottom, and it's beginning to fill out the percentages. So another item to note is you're going to need to hand add into the cells down here. Everything in yellow are areas that need to be typed into. If you have more than 10 items, then go ahead and fill in these areas down here, but this is the minimum. And once again, please put a 0 if you don't find any grams in that particular item. So over here, looking at yogurt, it's not got any vegetables, it's not got any fruit or any grain, so it'd be 0 here. Now if I had a piece of toast and it was whole wheat and it was 1 slice, and you fill out the rest of this information here, then you'd have to put in let's say 1 ounce or maybe 2 ounces if it was a big piece. So then you had something later in the day that include, let's say, or you had cereal for breakfast and you have to put what type, and you had 4 ounces, so then you're going to add that up to be 5 ounces. Okay, so you're going to hand add those carbohydrates between vegetables, fruits, and grains. I know this won't be an exact number, but something close will be helpful so that you can see how you line up with recommendations. Okay, so then you'll go and you'll do the same thing. And you'll note here in the total tab, there's no need to add anything in these areas. Notice that it's automatically calculating everything for you. Everything here is now divided by 3, including this area here. So you'll note that you're going to need to bring over your totals here. So let's say you had 5 from day 1 and 3 ounces from day 2 and 4 ounces from day 3. Add those all together, put them here. Okay, and then that amount will automatically be divided by 3 for you. Okay, then we're going to go over to the answer sheet, and you can see that it's bringing over your total calories. Everything that you typed in, the calories are being added and brought over here for you. This is the indication for female here. Based on your calorie intake and your gender and the totals that you have listed, those amounts are coming over in here into the week 6 answers, and here you'll also notice that your totals are being evaluated, automatically checked off. Again, there's a formula in here, so please don't go in there and type anything. It's automatically being calculated for you. So what you'll be doing is in column L, you'll be typing up your answer here in response to my question. This number here to the right is the identical number as this so that you can have it right there to the side to evaluate and write up your answer to me. And take it down to the bottom, and this is where your veggies, fruits, and grains totals are going to end up. And here's where you're going to fill in, according to Appendix C in the book, what the total is that's appropriate for you, and then you'll compare. You're going to compare what is the recommended total and what you took in, and then write down for me, according to my question, the answer. And next week, we'll be coming right back to the spreadsheet. It'll be sitting in your Google Docs waiting for you, and you'll go into week 7, and you'll find that what you put in for week 6 is going to appear. And then you're going to be adding new information into that, everything concerning facts for those same items. And the last thing that I wanted to reiterate is everything that you do for this whole spreadsheet, except for the final spreadsheet, is going to be based on your calorie intake, not a 2,000 calorie intake, not a 2,500 estimate average, or whatever is recommended for your age group and your activity. You're going to be evaluating everything based on what you did eat for those 3 days as an average, which is going to be this number right here. So anytime I ask you to evaluate something based on your day of intake of carbs, please always refer back to this amount that's listed for you here. I would also like to suggest that you start looking at this assignment a little before it's due, in case you had questions and you wanted to stop in my office for some help or assistance, especially if you're not particularly familiar with Excel or the Google Docs or the lookup. I do have a video on how to do the lookup, and I highly suggest that you save your searches one way or another. There are several suggestions in my video on how to do the food lookups in nutrition.gov or whatever site you use, because that will save you for when you go back to week 7 and week 10 and week 12. Those very same foods you look up the one time have all kinds of information that you'll be using further down the road. If you are eating out of packages, it's highly likely it will not have everything you need to know. So I'm hoping that you're not thinking you can rely on the packages. You will eventually have to do a lookup to find out the vitamin content within those items. It's also possible that you use the textbook. The back of your textbook has a lookup, and if you can't find the exact item and you maybe you want to Google to the actual restaurant and look it up, that would be fine too, but you can just get something close to the item. Just please don't leave it blank. If you can't find something, don't leave it blank. Find something as similar as you can. If you need to break it down into its components, maybe that's what you'll have to do. Please do email me or make an appointment to come down to the office, and I'm happy to spend the time it takes to help you out, especially this first week, because once you get past this, I think you'll realize that they're really very similar from here on. Thank you.